Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Shinrin Yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, January 10th, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. Take a look at the flooding in New Hampshire this morning. Absolutely epic. This is unbelievable. Major flooding at Hampton Beach from the nor'easter. Keep calm. It's boom time. Severe storms could produce a new round of tornadoes with wind damage in the south late in the week. Take a look. Severe thunderstorms forecast Thursday night for Little Rock, south to Orange, over to Dallas and into New Orleans. By Friday night, severe thunderstorms move east to the coast from Wilmington all the way down to Tallahassee. And the average tornado risk for January is in the picture here, so heed the warnings. Tornado map shows U.S. states at risk in the coming days. This is for late in the week, early in the weekend. An enhanced risk for the southeast indeed. Extreme flooding strikes coastal communities, and police declare an emergency in Hampton, New Hampshire. That flooding is over, but we do have footage from it, and it's epic. Take a look at this. Many homes completely submerged through the first level. They're all well aware of this threat, and many of them are on stilts, and those first floors are simply for parking cars. But some of the older structures are, in fact, at risk. And we had major flooding in Gatlinburg. Take a look at that flooding. This is Tennessee, numerous road closures. County schools will open 2 hours late because of the flooding. Take a look at that. I hope nobody's in Josie's right now. What happened to the Pussycats? Portland is currently at the third highest tide ever recorded. It will likely get to the second highest ever recorded. This flooding is at Strout Water Crossing on Outer Congress Street in Portland. And this is just earlier today. And people continue to drive through this. Like nothing's happening here. Nothing to see here, folks. But the flooding indeed continues. Tracking New Jersey river levels, flooding warnings have been issued. Now, the major flooding on the Saddle River is over. As you can see, it peaked at 102 feet, well above major flood stage. Minor and moderate flood stage here at the Ramapo River at Mahwah. That is now falling down towards moderate. But some rivers haven't peaked yet, including the Passaic, which will not peak until Thursday night. So heed the warnings there. It's going to be in major flood stage, well above 9 feet. In fact, projected to be at 9.6 feet. The Pompton River in Pompton Plains has peaked and is now dropping off from major levels, as well as the Raritan River at Manville and the Housatonic River at Stevenson as well. Good news there. So the bad news is the Passaic River at Little Falls has yet to peak. That's going to take quite some time. Won't be till tomorrow night around 9 p.m. So heed the warnings and make evacuations if possible. Here we are looking at the National Weather Service inundation map for rivers across the U.S., where 8 gauges are still at major flood stage up in the northeast here in purple, 21 gauges at moderate flooding in red, which you can see coming all the way down the east coast here, and 115 gauges at minor flooding. So flooding is still happening and imminent. Significant river flooding along the east coast with major winter storm in the northwest. Blizzard conditions in western Alaska. Heavy to excessive rainfall, gusty winds, and snowmelt have led to significant river and coastal flooding concerns across the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast like a beast. Flooding concerns will remain possible through the weekend. Heavy snow and strong winds continue to impact the Northwest with blizzard conditions in high elevations. Blizzard conditions are also expected today along the western coast of Alaska. Totally insane. And all of this activity is going to lead to a thermal excursion unlike any seen since last winter. And take a look at this. We're talking minus 40 is going to be dipping down from Canada into portions of the U.S. over the next week like a tweak. It's going to be exceptionally cold, especially for Texas, the nexus of the Schmexus, all the way down south. Below freezing conditions for days will lead to ruptured pipes and nightmares in infrastructure. So heed the warnings. The cold is going to start to enter North Texas in just a day or so. Here is the 11th and then the 12th. And then by the 13th, a plume of exceptional moisture into the 15th here. Take a look at that cold into the 16th. So we are lining up for another iguana apocalypse, perhaps, in the south. And let's take a look at the total snowfall coming across the U.S. for these winter months. Here is Thursday into Friday morning. Heavy snow for the west, including the Sierras and the Cascades, as well as all of the high elevations west of the Continental Divide. We're going to be picking up some significant snow through Friday morning. Friday through Saturday, that system is going to explode through the central states. Blizzard conditions for Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And take a look at that swath of 16 inches of snow or more moving up to eastern Canada through the weekend. Here is the end of the weekend through Sunday. Another system will move up the East Coast and maybe bring some snow to Philadelphia and New York City, as well as Washington, D.C., and ending that snow drought. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. He's not very happy with the forecast. Meanwhile, on the polar cap, extreme cold and heavy snow in Sweden stalls traffic, breaking records going back over 4 decades and stalling all of their new green infrastructure, including electric buses. Thousands of travelers are trapped on main highways going through Skane County in Sweden due to low temperatures and failed electric buses. A recent spell of extremely cold weather and heavy snow in Sweden has brought traffic to a standstill on major highways, exposing the green news scam and the stupidity of it all. We told you. Seismic update, no quakes of note. Some activity north of Iceland on the Norwegian Sea, 4.1. We've got a 5 magnitude here in Peru, and that is at blot echo depth, so keeping a close eye there. Iceland volcano update. Magma levels suggest new eruption this week. It's that soon. Iceland is facing an increased risk of an eruption in the coming days as magma accumulating in the Earth's crust under the Reykjanes Peninsula, specifically north of Grindavik, reaches a comparable volume to when the last eruption occurred in the region, and we're keeping a close eye on all the details as seismic activity has all come to a standstill over the last 24 hours. Tremor, well, they chopped out some data there. That's probably because they thought there may be an eruption. Who knows? But no eruption yet. You will be the first to know if you follow the channel. Liwatobi Laki volcano in Indonesia has been upgraded to alert level 4. Emissions of incandescent lava by fountaining lava flows and glowing avalanches continue as normal activity worldwide occurs on other volcanoes. Space weather news update, slight uptick in solar activity over the last 24 hours. Low-level C flares, some 2 minor M flares, but there was a small filament release. So we do have some activity coming around the limb now with C flares and 2 M flares, but the big news earlier today was a plasma filament that was released from active region 3538, and that's being imaged on ISWA here, where we could be getting a glancing blow potentially on the 13th, a glancing blow on the 13th may be coming from this event. So we're going to keep a close eye on that for you, and we will update you on any changes to the 3-day geomagnetic forecast. Now, big news coming out. Dr. Willie Soon was interviewed by Tucker Carlson back in December of 2023, just released yesterday, has over 7 million views now, and we got Willie Soon on the show tonight. Lee and I interviewed him for over an hour, and we're going to be releasing that tomorrow night. So be sure to keep a slot open for the interview with Dr. Willie Soon, Diamond and Leah, over at Oppenheimer Ranch Project tomorrow. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free. And stay tuned for the Willie Soon Boom interview, where we go over everything about the Tucker Carlson interview and his thoughts on the magnetic reversal, solar science, and the state of science in general. We love each and every one of you. Be safe. Amen.